And I'm back. Welcome back to Mellowbot Studio. Look, that's the preset on the Studio Live for the vocal doubler. That's what that is, vocal doubler. Let's get everything else back online. Look, this video, you read the title, right? This video is not about limiters. So let's go look at this limiter real quick. This is the Stealth limiter by T-Rax. Right, I got a little bundle here a while back, $150. Got all the T-Rax 5 shit. It was real cheap, I think, right before T-Rax 6 came out. Because then I got it and I was like, oh, cool, look at all that new stuff. Great. Anyway, I wanted you to hear this. This is the song that we're working on right now that we're mixing together. I promise I haven't done anything without you. Right, we're going to continue mixing it, but I've mixed it before, like probably 2 or 3 times. I recorded it way back. So here's a version of it. Obviously, I got out of hand with the reverb. Let me fix this microphone a little bit more. There we go. Now it's not so in my face. All right, check this out. Yeah, man, it's a lot of reverb. Obviously, I got the unity gain on here.
Yeah. Hey, here I am.
Let me turn it off. Whoa, that's really loud.
And I don't give a damn about what you got going on here.
Yeah, I had to turn it down. That's right. Because I got all this stuff on the board turned up. It was going to blast you. I don't want it to. Now listen. Oh, man, this mic just, things have to be straight or it just pisses me off. There we go. Now I can hold my head straight, not over in this corner. All right, check this out. When I got it on unity gain, and I always keep it on balanced, and I don't know about all this other stuff. I just leave it. But check this out. When I turn it all the way up, it should be way more distorted than that. It's taking it down like 16 dB. All right, let's put it back where it was.
Yeah.
That sounds all right for now.
Here I am. I'm coming in and I'm taking no.
Yeah, obviously I got out of hand with the reverbs, but I love this limiter. You can't go wrong with it. You got so many choices. I'm not going to go through it because this video really isn't about limiters, but I thought since the title had limited in it a couple times, I'd go ahead and show it to you. Now I'm going to just turn it off. So that way it's not on when I do my other stuff. Cause see, I keep this muted and I keep these faders down because, whoa, it needs to be muted. And I keep the master bus muted, keep the faders down because I come out to the board. As you know, we've been mixing, right? We already started mixing together. If not, go check out my other channel, my last video. Well, not my other channel. I'm not that far along yet. I got like 4 or 5 videos, bro. Whoa, chill out. Chill out. Hold on a second. This is what I really came here for. Listen, there's a message in this video for you. If you're willing to hear it. In light of the recent upgrade from studioone to Fender Pro forever, Fender Pro and forever. Right. Look, I think the name change is kind of generic myself, but I'm not mad at them. I mean, look, I'm not rich and ready to buy an audio company, so I would probably put my name on it. Call it Chad Audio, Chad Pro. People would really be pissed. The fuck? Chad Pro? Oh, I hate it, right? Be cool with Fender because it could be called Chad Pro. That's all I'm saying. You don't like that. You wouldn't like that. Fender, it's kind of generic. It reminds me of like GarageBand or something. It's just really kind of generic, right? I liked studioone. It sounded cool, right? Let's try that again with studioone, right? Oh man, off the hook. But whatever. They wanted to change. It looks like they have some cool upgrades. The new guitar pedals look cool as fuck, right? All the guitar pedals. They really don't do a lot of upgrades to, studioone for people, to really any DAW, right? For people that just record mainly acoustic instruments. So like MIDI people, they get a lot of upgrades and chord packs and they do a lot of stuff like that. But, really the last thing they did was update their GUI to their old plugins. And most people do that. T-Rax did that. You know what I mean? Every company does that. And it's like, oh, these are the same plugins, but you just made them look different. And that's cool if they want to do that, right? If anybody does that, or everybody does that. But that's when what I wonder is when people are slamming to upgrade, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what do you have to have the newest thing? I'm still on 6, right? As you probably noticed when you saw the GUI there, right? I'm still on 6. I don't upgrade until like I'm ready to go to 7 now, boys, because 8 just came out and now everybody's going that way. And they probably just fixed the bugs in 7. From what I've seen, it hasn't been a big deal on the community forum. So that's been nice, right? So I don't know what the big deal is, man. It's like people sitting out here. What are you doing all day? What are you doing all day? What kind of instruments are you using? What do you need? This new knob, this new thing. What are you doing right now? What are you using right now to make music? I mean, I have a couple guitars, a bass, a keyboard, freaking drums, right? I use the same kind of instruments. I have a few instruments on here that Studio One has, right? What beyond that do you even need? What's the new thing? What are you doing all day? What are you doing with your time? What are you doing that you need shit, I got to upgrade today. They just released this shit, man. I'm going to go fucking crazy if I don't get it. Why? I mean, you know what I mean? What's the rush? I try to stay a couple behind so that way the bug fixes are all gone. And then you think about it. The first day they let it out and like everybody's upgrading. So you upgrade and then guess what? If you have problems, bugs, which is going to happen with any software, well then now you're not going to get support because there's a gazillion other people that did the same thing you did. Chill the fuck out, right? Chill out about the name. Wait a while. See if Fender fucks this up like they do a lot of the other things. Right? I don't know, man. I'm cool with it. Whatever. Let's just keep the music going. But there's a message in it. This is what I'm thinking. Chill the fuck out, man. You need to learn to limit yourself in music. This is what this is all about. Limit yourself in music a little bit. Or mixing, you know what I mean? You don't have to have the new plugin, the new thing. What the fuck? The new emulation. How many 1176s do you have, right? I have 2. I don't really like them, you know what I mean? But I have a couple. Sometimes, oh man, throw that shit on snare and it makes it boing, right? Cool. I like that. But you've already got everything you need to make music is what I'm saying. And a lot of times limiting yourself is really going to help yourself in the long run. And let me show you an example of limiting yourself. Also in the title, it says why I use channel strips, because it gives you everything you need. It's not limited, but you're limiting yourself to using one plugin all the time. I mean, hell, let's go back over here. Look at this. Right now, I got it set up. I decided to, restart a mix with everybody here on the channel. So I've just got it set up with a few plugins here, a few on the board, whatever's on the board. If you stick to like a channel strip scenario, you're pretty much going to have everything you need. Just everything you need. That's it. Okay? Look, right here in Studio One, channel strip, low cut. Awesome. You need a low cut on everything. Compressor. What? Sweet. This one's hard to fuck up. You just push that up and see what you got. Done. And then you've got an EQ. I think this mic is really kind of irritating me. I don't know what's happening, but it's irritating the shit out of me. Okay, maybe that's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, we'll continue this on. Okay, there we go. That's better. All right. Look, you got an EQ here. Good to go. Good to go. Gain. Look, auto gain. There's nothing you can fuck up on this. Go with it. When in doubt, limit yourself. Do an entire mix with just this and see if you can even pull it off. If you can't pull it off with just this, you probably got problems unless you need a gate, right? Unless you're recording live instruments and you need a gate, son. Let me show you. Let me show you what needing a gate sounds like. Let me unmute it down here, right? Let me unmute this. Yeah. So that was just the kick and the snare, right? Did you hear cymbals? Yeah, they weren't supposed to be there. I even used a gate. I just didn't want the snare to sound like total shit on the way in. I may use a gate in the mix, probably, just to tone that down a little bit. I may even use a de-esser. Who knows? Who fucking knows? That's the cool thing, whatever I'm feeling like at the time. But really, if you keep yourself down to a channel strip, and look what else you got access to. Holy shit. What is this? The fat channel. Motherfucker. when something says fat on it, it better sound good. And it does. Look at all these options that are available on the fat channel for compressors. Bro, you got a tube compressor right here. What is that, a LA2A? Look, the 1176. Who doesn't have one of those? You got a bus compressor. You got all the things. You got a channel strip right here. You know why? Because you got a, where is it? You got a gate too and a high pass frequency. Homie, you're set. The high pass is separate from the rest of the EQs on here. And what kind of equalizers we got? Holy shit. Any kind you want. Parametric. You've got 1073 style EQ. Look, now you got Neve, everything. Boom, set up right in front of your face. With a gate, you can't go wrong. You got a channel strip right there with tons of compressors. Even just the standards are awesome. And the EQ. Then they got a collection where you can get a channel strip. And this one right here is badass, dude. Excuse me. I'll show you the one I use, and this is the one I would use if I didn't use that. Okay? Because this one has a preamp on it. It has a high pass filter, a trim. Like the old school, you push the gain up, push the trim down, you're good. You don't have to use a fader, and then you can use a fader for whatever you've already set the gain, and you're driving the preamp that way. You can set the impedance on it. This thing is sweet. You go up to 4-to-1 ratio. What do you need? What? Why would you need more than that? Really? You got the threshold here. Damn, attack, release, gain, another level over here, and then 4 bands of EQ with high pass frequency peak, or the high frequency peak and the low frequency peak. Holy shit, dude, this is a badass. And I've used it. I've used it to mix. When I first got it, I used it to mix. They have RC500, which is a little smaller version, right? Dude, this is badass. Let me show you the ones that I use. Everybody's heard of. Dude, you can't go wrong with this. You can't go wrong with this, right? You could mix an entire song with just this EQ compressor and gate, this channel strip. It's an SSL emulation, right? My favorite is this one, the white channel. It's like more aggressive, sounds tighter, really aggressive. The compressor's a VCA. It's really awesome. It's more like a limiter because you're pushing it up into it. It's pretty neat, and I love it. Or it feels like a limiter anyway, but it's not a limiter, folks. This video is not about limiting. The EQ is great. You could mix a whole song with this. I've done it. Well, that mix you just heard was just this, because I only use this. I only use an EQ and a compressor and a gate, and that's it. I don't care about anything else, right? But that's the one I use all the time, and that's limiting myself to not reaching for other plugins. Try it yourself. Do an entire song with just a channel strip. You've got one in whatever DAW you're using. It doesn't matter what you're using. It just doesn't. Let me show you one of my favorite mix engineers real quick. Andy Wallace, and make sure we're looking at the right thing. Andy Wallace, right? They asked him in this interview what he uses. He said his favorite piece of gear is an SSL. He uses it, and he uses the compressors, the gate, and the EQ. And right here, what does he say? Let's hear.
I use very little outboard gear when I mix. I use some delay lines. Obviously, I use some reverbs, but that's about it.
Okay. That's probably all of that I can use. I may even have to cut it out. Basically, he said he just uses, straight up, I just use very little outboard gear. He's got everything he needs right there. Most people, the reason why they use SSL to mix, you've got compressor, gate, whatever, the EQ, everything you need right there. And it's limiting, but it's not very limiting. Once you teach yourself just to, I got all these plugins. Trust me, dude, I got tons of plugins. I want to use every plugin. When I first got that ikmultimedia bundle, bro, I was putting everything on everything. I was like, shit, I'm going to set up everything like this. I'm going to have all my compressors available. Oh, shit. They got a distressor emulation. They got all the emulations, dude. Anything you need. Varimu, boom. Dude, ready. Fuck yeah, at the ready. It's all at the ready. And then what did I do? I ended up using this channel strip because I was used to limiting myself, right? Because I went from using a 4-track cassette to trying to using a mixer with 8 ins and 8 inputs. I had a VLZ Mackie 16, but I only had 8 inputs, so I just used 8 of them. And I was like, cool, I got 8, if I need, or I might route something. But let me show you some pictures here of why I like using a channel strip, right? Here's my old setup. It's not anything fancy. It was Tascam M3500. totally unfancy, but I enjoyed using it, and I used it like a channel strip. I had EQs on the board, right? Here's my little master bus compressor, was a FMR audio, real nice compressor. I had 2 nano verbs coming in to the returns. I had these little faders up here, so I had returns on that. Returns from the I had I had 48 ins and outs to the computer, so I had distortion pedals as effects. I had all kinds of effects. I had a compressor on every channel. That didn't come on the board. I just had compressors on every channel. Let me see if I got a better view of that. Oh yeah, I had an 8-track hooked up to it. This little guy, regret getting rid of that. That thing was badass because I had a hybrid setup. So I had inboard, I had comp, EQ, I had a gate up there, I had a channel strip setup. And then I had it outboard where I had all these compressors like this. I'll show you one in a minute if I don't have a good, had a Mackie or big knob. This is the saturation circuit I built for the board. It didn't come with that. And then I ran it down to aux, and then I could put it on any channel, saturate any channel. And here's that again, EQ. Let's see. I had comp. I had gate somewhere. I think it was up here or in a different layer. Yeah, gate. Boom, up there. Had little lines drawn. Shit's crazy. Here's a different setup I had. Again, a totally different setup I had. I was using Cubase. Here they are, those compressors, right? I had one on every channel. Very limiting, very limiting. Had a good EQ. And yes, I did use that sonic maximizer. I used it for kick drum because the low, whatever it is, contour, and the high was perfect for kick drums. There's the drums you've heard just then and on the mixing video we just did. And there's what I'm using now. All right. And you saw that in the last mixing video. And that's what's up. Let me show you these compressors. All right. This is the Behringer compressors that I used. All they had was a threshold and a ratio and an output. That's really all you need. That's those thick plate Behringers. If you know, you know. Those old thick plates. Now they're pretty good. They'll do the job. Very utilitarian. Just, there's compression. Cool. Let me, in this aspect, I had to do the threshold and then mess with the ratio. And that was it. You just basically boop, boop, boop. And they were right here beside me. So boop, boop, boop. And it was very just limiting myself down to that and mixing with that. And I got used to that. And that's what I enjoyed doing. And so that's what I enjoy doing over here on Studio One. So I guess actually we're done looking at that. I don't know why I'm looking at that. And that's what I do over here on the board. As you've seen in my last videos, I have access to the gate, of course, compression. You got your high pass frequency before everything else. It's just the fat channel. Like I just showed you on Studio One. It's right here on the board. And just in case I didn't tell you on my limit yourself to, print your effects on the way in. Try doing that. Because sometimes what'll happen is you'll print your effects and it'll make you a better recording engineer, a better mix engineer altogether, because you'll be in the mix and go, oh shit, I should have done this. I'm going to do that next time. I don't know how many times when I first got this board, I sat down, I was like, I'm going to have an all Neve board. I'm going to have a blah, blah, blah. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that. And I ended up using different stuff for different things because it sounded better that way, right? On the rooms, I put 1176 on that shit because they sound amazing on rooms. You just crank it, and I don't know if you saw it in the mix, but it just was right there, just a solid line the entire time was the rooms, right? Dude, I just print your shit. I don't know how many times I did the drums and was like, well, I got to redo the drums, or shit, I gated that too much. I'm gonna have to use a sample. Just be creative. Come up with if you mess it up, just figure out how to get it to sound good in the mix. And that'll make you a better mix engineer too, and recording engineer. Because next time you'll be like, damn it, I'm not going to do that shit again. I'm going to do it this way. Right. And if that don't work, I'm going to do it a different way. And it makes it better. And you're limiting yourself to one thing to think about too. Okay, I'm going to try to do this mix with just a channel strip, just a this, just a that, just a couple plugins. Make your own channel strip. Oh, you like a compressor? Dude, use that compressor for every fucking thing. What if you love 1176? Holy shit, use it on every track. See what happens. Just use that, right? If you've got literally a EQ, a gate, a compressor, and maybe even just some kind of a saturation, right? The red light is perfect. It's got a mix knob. right? You've got all this, you've got those 4 things. You've got a mix, bro. You've got a mix. You don't have to run to the new upgrade. You don't have to upgrade. You know that, right? You don't have to run to the new upgrade. You don't have to do the new thing. Just get settled in with your little channel strip and make it fucking happen. Make music. Make that shit happen, bro. Make it happen. What? Make it happen. All right, then.